Okay, let's bring the jury in. All right, everybody may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, as you heard, that the state has concluded their case. They have rested. At this point, the defense will is going to be calling a witness. I'm going to try to get one more witness in before we end today. I'm going to go ahead and call your next witness, your first witness, I should say.
Thank you, Your Honor. We'll call Misty Craig.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony given in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
Okay. Afternoon, ma'am. Could you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Misty Craig, C-R-A-I-G.
I'm going to start by asking you, are you here because I've served you a subpoena requiring you to appear?
Yes,
Do you know Derek Pedrin?
I do.
How do you know Derek Pedrin?
He is the father of my child.
Okay. Were you one time in a relationship with him?
Yes.
Are you currently in a romantic relationship with Mr. Pedrin?
No.
So I want to talk to you just a little bit about some of what we heard earlier. You know Laura Lee Raines?
I do.
And is Ms. Raines active in co-parenting your son with Mr. Pedrin?
Absolutely not.
So I want to talk to you about your relationship. How long approximately did you date Derek for?
We were together for a year before I left. And then we were probably apart for maybe a little over a month. I found out I was pregnant, and we tried to make it work. And then for probably another year.
Okay. Now, at some point, did you and Derek talk about getting married?
Yes.
Did Derek propose to you?
Yes.
Did he give you an engagement ring?
Yes.
And just so we're clear, you understand the difference between an engagement ring and a promise ring?
Yes, I do.
Was this a promise ring in your estimation?
No.
All right. At some point, did you become aware that Derek was getting married to Laura Lee Raines?
Yes, I did.
And how did you feel about that when that happened?
It broke my heart.
Were you upset with him?
Yes.
Did you talk to Derek at all about why he was marrying Laura Lee Raines?
I asked a couple times.
And did Derek reference at any point the need to marry her in order to protect himself in the course of this trial?
I didn't hear that come out of his mouth directly, no.
Did you ask Derek about why he was marrying Laura Lee?
I've asked him a couple times, yeah.
And you recall Derek saying something to the effect that he needed to protect himself in this case?
Again, not directly to me. Did he ever say that? I always got told it was because I left him and he was there.
Now, do you recall saying that Derek, or do you recall Derek telling you that he fucked up by telling you that he was getting married to Laura Lee for the purposes of the trial?
I remember him that one time he did just say that he said too much just because of the trial coming.
And do you recall Derek telling you that he needed to marry Laura Lee so that the two of them couldn't testify against one another?
I do not recall that.
Did you have a discussion with Derek's stepmother at all after he married Laura Lee about why the two of you got married, or why the two of them got married?
Yes, I do know that we used to communicate.
Okay. And did you tell Derek's stepmother that Derek admitted to marrying Laura Lee for that purpose, for the trial stuff with Alex?
I don't recall that text message.
Would it help your memory if I showed you a copy of that?
Okay.
This is 271.
Okay.
Yeah. Just so you know, there was one that we used 271 for, I think, so we're reusing that number for a different exhibit.
So, Ms. Craig, I'm showing you 271. Why don't you give that a read? Just let me know if that refreshes your recollection.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Do you remember telling Derek's stepmother what he had said about marrying Laura Lee?
Where he said that he admitted it was a little of both.
A little bit of both, meaning part of this was for the trial with Alex, and part of this was for because he loved her.
Yes, and when I did question him about that, he said because Laura Lee has been in Alex's life since day one, she knows all about it. She's still a part of his other kid's life.
Okay. Do you recall telling Derek's stepmother that he flew up at you and said that he fucked up by telling you that he was marrying Laura Lee in part because of the trial?
I don't recall me saying that directly to her, no.
Do you recall Derek telling you that the two of you would be together in the long run?
Yes.
And he said this to you as he was marrying Laura Lee. Is that correct?
There was a good chunk of time from when I left. I found out that he was with Laura Lee to when he got married that we weren't really speaking. But shortly after he got married, yes.
I'm going to staple an exhibit here, have it marked just for refreshing recollection.
Have a copy.
Ms. Craig, I'm showing you 272. This is a sequence of text messages between you and Ms. Baker. Why don't you give that a read?
Okay. Oh, you.
Do you recall that text exchange with Ms. Baker?
Yes.
And it looks like you're talking about a couple of different things at the same time. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
So you're asked by Ms. Baker at the beginning whether or not he told you that he was marrying. It says Jer, J-E-R. I assume that means her.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Because of the court stuff with Alex. You respond initially talking about trying to have a civil discussion about dividing property. Is that correct?
Yes.
But after that, there's a separate paragraph, and you say, yeah, and then said he fucked up by telling me that.
Yeah.
Not what it says.
He fucked go by telling me that.
My bad. Yeah.
Okay. Is go supposed to be up?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Offer 272.
Be received.
Ms. Craig, at some point, did Derek learn that you had received a subpoena from my office?
Yes.
And did Derek tell you that our subpoena was not valid?
He said that he didn't think that mine was going to be used.
Okay. Has Derek ever threatened you with harm if you talked about Alex?
Yes, sir.
And what did Derek say?
That if I talked about Alex or the trial, that he would cut my head off and send it to my mom in a box.
Has law enforcement ever interviewed you as a victim as a result of that?
No.
And I know, just for the record, you've got a co-parent with Derek. I appreciate that you don't want to be here, and I've compelled you to be here. Is Derek present in the courtroom right now?
Yes.
That's all the questions I have.
Cross?
Good afternoon, Ms. Craig.
Afternoon.
Ms. Craig, you ended off by saying that you did not want to be here. Is that fair?
Correct.
All right. Tough situation that you're in right now. Is that also fair to you?
Correct.
I want to go through the timeline that the defense kind of sped through really fast regarding your relationship with Derek, okay, and the child. Can we start there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long were you seeing Derek from the beginning before you knew you were pregnant?
A year.
About a year?
Mm-hmm.
And then you broke up with Derek, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me about the observations you made of Derek's relationship with Laura Lee Raines during that 1 year that you were seeing Derek.
I met Laura Lee one time. Derek could just tell that her and I didn't get along. So as far as I was being told, there wasn't really any communication between the two of them. She might have taken the kids once. I can't quite remember. But she was never around for birthday parties or anything like that. I didn't know there was any communication.
At some point you met with an investigator with the district attorney's office, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you described Derek having a very strong connection with Laura Lee, is that fair?
Yeah, because they share. They know. She knows Alex. She's been there with the family. I wasn't in the state when any of this happened. I never got to meet Alex.
And to your knowledge and what you shared with the investigators is that Derek has come to rely on Laura Lee a great deal when it comes to Alex, is that correct?
When it comes to Alex?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
The trauma associated with this case and the loss of Alex. That's something he talks to Laura Lee a lot about.
That I don't know.
You don't know. You were asked by the investigators when you met with them about what marital privilege was, is that correct?
Correct.
And you didn't know what marital privilege was at the time you met with the investigators, is that fair?
Correct.
The investigators had to actually explain to you what marital privilege was.
Yes.
And after the investigators explained to you what marital privilege was, you told the investigators that you never heard Derek say that he was going to assert marital privilege, is that correct?
Correct.
And you also told the investigators that you never heard anything about Laura Lee asserting marital privilege, is that correct?
Correct.
You actually brought up a conversation that was overheard by other people talking about marital privilege and their marriage as the source of that discussion. Do you recall that?
I do not recall.
Okay. Derek's in the room right now. We've all talked about that. I'm going to talk to you about something else you said to the investigators, okay? When the investigators brought up marital privilege to you and whether or not Derek could assert marital privilege, you told the investigators you didn't think he was smart enough to even know what that was. Isn't that right?
Yes, as in I didn't think like that went through his head for the reason of getting married.
And the time when Derek got married, you and Derek were not together when he got married to Laura Lee, correct?
We were not in a relationship, correct?
You were not in a relationship. And you had not been in a relationship for about a month, isn't that correct?
Correct.
You were pregnant at that time, you just didn't know that you were pregnant at the time, is that fair?
Yeah, by the time I found out, I was already 3 months pregnant.
Derek's made threats to you regarding Alex Xavier. You just told us that, correct?
Correct.
Threats that are violent?
Correct.
They weren't associated with you testifying in this case, though, were they?
No.
They were associated with you talking about Alex Xavier, isn't that fair?
Correct.
Okay. They had nothing to do with this case or this trial.
He just didn't want me to bring up anything about Alex or the case.
He just didn't want you to talk about it.
Correct.
And even talking about it was something that made Derek very angry.
Yes.
Okay. And he said things that no human being should say to you, isn't that right?
Correct.
Okay, but it had nothing to do with this trial or you coming and testifying in this trial, isn't that right?
Correct.
Defense counsel asked you a question about the subpoena you received, and he made it sound like Derek told you you don't have to comply with that subpoena. Isn't that right?
Yes,
The reality is, what Derek said to you is he didn't think you had anything to talk about with regards to this case. Isn't that right?
correct, because a different incident wasn't,
Were you living in the state at the time that Alex Xavier died?
no, I was not.
Were you involved with Derek Pedrin at the time that Alex Xavier died?
No, I was not.
Did you even know who Derek Pedrin was at the time that Alex Xavier Pedrin died?
No, I did not.
Okay, outside of your child that you have with Derek and the relationship that you had with him at some point, do you have anything relevant to offer with regards to the actual death of Alex Xavier Pedrin?
No, I do not.
There was a time when you were seeing Mr. Pedrin and he was involved with both of you and Laura Lee, is that correct?
Correct?
You caught him messaging Laura Lee?
For a period of almost a year and a half, yes.
Okay, so he was involved with you and he was involved with Laura Lee at the exact same time, correct?
Yes,
And he's trying to give you reasons why he's involved with you, which is he loves you, right? And he wants to be with you and he has a future with you?
yes,
And he's also trying to justify to you why he's involved with Laura Lee, isn't that right?
yes,
And he's telling you a lot of things, isn't he?
yes,
About why. He's giving you many, many different excuses why he's trying to stay with Laura Lee, isn't that right?
well, usually when he would get caught, he'd give me reasons as to why he still talks to her, but they're not together.
But he would give you many reasons,
Yes.
fair? None of the reasons that he ever gave you directly was this case, correct?
No,
None of the reasons that he ever gave you was trying to keep Laura Lee from taking the stand and testifying, isn't that right?
correct, that's right.
You had some of your own reasons you thought he may be seeing Laura Lee, isn't that right, after you and he broke up?
Yes,
He didn't have a place to stay, did he?
no,
And you thought he maybe was moving in with Laura Lee and starting a relationship with Laura Lee, so he had a place to stay.
yes,
He didn't have a car or a ride to work or a way to get around, did he?
he wasn't able to drive, no,
Okay. And so you believe that he was also staying with Laura Lee for a car or transportation or a way to get around, isn't that correct?
yes,
All right, Ms. Craig, I just want to make sure I understand everything that you've told us today. Derek Pedrin has not once threatened you to not come into this court and testify, correct?
correct,
Sustained.
He has never once told you that he married Laura Lee to keep her from taking the stand.
Correct.
Hasn't answered.
If you're going to repeat all the questions you said, I'm going to sustain these asked and answered.
Okay.
Anything new?
That's all I have. Thank you very much, Ms. Craig.
Redirect?
Were you upset when Derek told you that he was marrying Laura Lee in part because of the Alex trial stuff?
he didn't tell me that he was marrying her for the trial.
Is that what you said in your text message to Ms. Baker?
I said that he said it was a little of both, as into she's been there with him, with Alex, since he was born.
But you recall the first part of that text message referencing her asking you if you got married because of the trial stuff with Alex?
Yes,
And your response saying that it was a little bit of both?
yes, but that wasn't him saying that he got married to her for that.
Now, can you recall your testimony that Derek said that he fucked up by telling you that he was marrying Laura Lee in part because of the trial stuff?
He didn't tell me that he was marrying her because of the trial stuff. He just said that they had a bond because of the Alex stuff and the trial.
Is that the text message that you sent to Ms. Baker, that you said that Derek said he fucked up by telling you that?
Yes.
Okay. Nothing further.
Anything further?
Nothing on that?
All right, thank you. I think I handed you.
No. Thank you.
Because we actually have a witness that might be 5 minutes or less if we want to go.
minutes.
If it's 5 minutes,
I don't know that any witness in this case has ever been 5
I
minutes.
know, that's what I'm a little hesitant.
Judge, I would ask,
It'll be a very brief.
Okay,
I don't know who it is, I don't have any information, so I don't know if that's true.